If ABCD is a square, what is angle X? Label points G, K and O. O is the center of the circle. Join line G, O which is equals to the following listed lines as shown on the screen. Each of these line equals to the radius, R of the inscribed circle. Join line B, D which is the diagonal of the square. Since line A, B equals 10 centimeters, this is given in the data. By Pythagoras' theorem, the square of line D, B equals the product of 2 and the square of line AB. It is because line A, B equals line AD. Side lengths of a square are equal. Hence, the square of line D, B equals 2 times the square of 10. Take the square root of the equation and we have that line D, B equals the product of 10 and the square root of 2 in centimeters. We call it equation 1. Also, by Pythagoras' theorem, the square of line B, O equals the sum of the square of R and the square of R which equals to 2 times the square of R. Take the square root of the equation and we have that line B, O equals the square root of 2 times R. We call it equation 2. It follows that line D, O equals line D, B minus line B, O. Substitute equation 1 and equation 2. We have that line D, O equals 10 times the square root of 2 minus R times the square root of 2. From triangle D, E, O. Line D, E equals 10 centimeters and line E, O equals R. By Pythagoras' theorem, the square of line D, O equals the sum of the square of line D, E and the square of line EO. Substitute values and we have that the square of 10 times the square root of 2 minus R times the square root of 2 equals the sum of the square of 10 and the square of R. Open bracket and simplify and we obtained a new equation as shown on the screen. Combine like terms and rearrange terms in one side of the equation. We obtained the simplified form of the equation. That is, the square of R minus 40 times R plus 100 equals 0. Use general quadratic formula. R equals negative B plus or minus the square root of B squared minus the product of 4, A and C. All divided by 2 times A, where A equals 1. B equals negative 40 and C equals 100. Substitute values into the equation. It signify that R equals 40 plus or minus the square root of 40 squared minus the product of 4, 1 and 100. All divided by 2 times 1. Simplify and we have that R equals 20 plus or minus 10 times the square root of 3. But R is not equals to the sum of 20 and 10 times the square root of 3. It is because R is the radius of the inscribed circle and is less than length A, B which is the length of the square. Therefore, R equals to 20 minus 10 times the square root of 3 in centimeters. Angle ED, O equals X minus 45 degrees. Since angle BD, C equals 45 degrees. The reason is that line D, B is angular bisector of angle D which equals 90 degrees. Hence, by trigonometric identity, line EO divided line D, E equals tan x minus 45 degrees. Substitute values and we have that 20 minus 10 times the square root of 3, all divided by 10 equals tan x minus 45 degrees. Simplify and we have that tan x minus 45 degrees equals 2 minus the square root of 3. Take the tan inverse of the equation. It implies that x minus 45 degrees equals tan inverse of 2 minus the square root of 3 which equals to 15 degrees. Combine like terms. Therefore, x equals the sum of 45 degrees and 15 degrees which equals 60 degrees.